Hey everybody, it's Greg Gossett from Gossett Trading and Mentoring, and today is Wednesday, June 5th, 2024. How you doing? Thanks for coming by and spending some time to watch my video. I hope it's going to be helpful for you. Had a profitable day trade today on TLT on the 5-minute with the 5-minute bars using a higher low V2. You know, today was such a big, strong update that I'm glad that I found this trade in the morning because everything was just so far extended and just kept going up. And as a general rule, I don't buy things up there. So I looked all day long. I had this trade going on in the morning. I was looking for other ones, but I just couldn't find anything. And you know, that's part of discipline too. Of you know, if the price of your market is not in the areas that you want to buy it at, just let it go. But this is TLT with a higher low V2. Yesterday had a trade with a return to value V2, but this is its cousin. It's also a V2, but it's a different if it's a different structure. The requirements for a higher low V2, let me bring your attention to this green line and this green line. Anywhere below this bar and below the above this bottom bar, anywhere in here is considered the value zone. And I like to buy in value, sell above value, or buy below value and sell in value. A lot of retail traders, they like to buy above value, although today it would have worked, but they like to buy above value, and then the price tends to revert back to the mean or come back to value. So be careful about buying up here. Yes, today it worked, but most days it's not going to work. So the first requirement is, again, top line, bottom line of the value zone. The first requirement is that we must first close below the value zone, which it did. Then we must rally into the value zone, which it did. Then I need a bit of a pullback. And then when that, when all those things have happened, we've checked all those boxes, close below the value zone, rally into the value zone, have a pullback. Then if you get a V1 or a V2, that is legitimate to take. And if you'd like to learn more about V1s, V2s, just go to my YouTube channel. In the lessons playlist, I have a video there that will explain what V1s and V2s are, but I'll do this here. A V2 consists of 3 bars, bar 1, bar 2, bar 3. Bar 2 has to go below bar 1's low, and then bar 3 has to close above bar 1's close. So 2 has to go below the low of bar 1, bar 3 has to close above the close of bar 1. See how it forms this little bit of a V here? So again, what got me interested is I saw this big move down, close below the value zone. Now, if it keeps going lower, then I can kick into deep dip buy mode, right? So as soon as it closes below the value zone, I think one of two things. One, it's going to go lower. Maybe I'll try to buy a 30 RSI, 200-day moving or 200 moving average, something like that. But if it closes below and then rallies back into the value zone, then I am waiting for a pullback and then a V1 or V2 trigger. So I did get long here, 92.90. Now, of course, my end of bar stop is on a V1 or V2 is simply a close below halfway the washout bar, bar number 2. And you can see this is why I have this red line drawn here. If it had just closed below halfway here, because from a Fibonacci standpoint, there is some inherent support here. So if it had closed below here, I simply would have gotten out with a loss, hopefully a small loss. But I have to have a safety net underneath me, which is the 2 ATR emergency stop. So as soon as I enter a trade, I always have 2 stops. I have a closer stop, which is my end of day stop. And in this case, it's simply a close below bar 2, below halfway of bar 2, and then always the safety net 2 ATRs below. Now, as far as profit goes, I always want to have an asymmetrical risk to reward ratio. So my maximum allowed loss here is 2 ATR. So I want to double that and put a 4 ATR profit target above. So one of 4 things is going to happen. One, I'm either going to get stopped out, hopefully for a small loss with my end of bar stop. I'm going to hit my emergency stop, 2 ATRs. I'm going to hit my 4 ATR profit target. Or the fourth option is none of them are going to hit and the day is going to close. And that's exactly what happened here. I also want to point out here, do you see how the number 2 bar was red and then it switched to green? This is a very important thing when you go from red to green. And I've been talking about doing a video on it. I just haven't had the time yet, but I will. But this is a very special thing that happens when you go from red to green. Really what it means is, from a MACD perspective, is trends down, momentum's down. If it turns green, that means trends up, momentum's up. And if that happens very quickly, red to green, then a lot of times you look in the future, that will be higher than it is. And the same goes for green, red. Look here, went from green to red, and there certainly was some follow through. So again, close below the value zone, move into the value zone, pull back, V2 entry trigger, end of bar stop, halfway of the washout bar, 2 ATR emergency stop, place my 4 ATR profit target above, and it moved up nice. It was doing well, and then it just kind of went through this sideways motion, sideways motion, sideways motion. And then luckily at the end of the day here, the last 5-minute bar, it moved up strongly, but it did not get to my profit target, but still not too bad. Made 45 cents on that, about little under 0.5% for the trade. But like I said, on a big day like today, I just couldn't, other than this trade, I couldn't find any trades. And that just shows you how strong this was. So like I said, go and look at my videos on my YouTube channel, V1s, V2s. I use them all the time. They're really my bread and butter in trading. They're not hard, and they really do make a difference. And so anyway, I hope this was helpful. If it was, I appreciate if you could hit the thumbs up button. It really helps me out, helps out the channel, lets YouTube know there's some valuable content here. If you'd like to learn more about my trading, I have a podcast on YouTube on the weekends called the Gossett Trading and Review Weekend Review, where I take you through all of the trades that I made in the prior week on the daily charts and the weekly charts. I talk about when I entered the trade, why I entered the trade, what the setups were, what the confluences of signals were, and then how I managed the trade going forward. And I think you'll find it helpful. And then I also talk about what I'm looking for in the coming week, different levels that I'm looking for daily and weekly trades. So I think you'll find it helpful. So if you have some time this weekend, check it out. But thanks again for being here, everyone. Hope you're doing well. Hope you had a good day trading. And we'll talk to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.
U.S. government required disclaimer. Stock, options, futures, and forex trading is not appropriate for everyone. While there is a potential for large rewards, there is also a substantial risk of loss associated with trading. The material in this video or live broadcast is not geared towards any particular individual or to any particular financial situation and is not intended to meet the particular investment objectives of any viewer. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Any and all information contained in, implied, or referenced by this video or live broadcast is not to be construed as investment advice, and no representation is made that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast is an investment or financial advisor or is registered or authorized to give any financial advice. We are publishers and educators only. Therefore, the various producers of this video or live broadcast will not accept liability for any loss or damage of any kind which may arise either directly or indirectly out of the use of any of this material, including any loss of profit. No representation is made that any account or investment will or is likely to achieve the profit or losses demonstrated. We recommend consultation with a licensed and qualified professional before making any investment decision. This video or live broadcast is not to be construed as an offer to buy or sell any security, financial instrument, or financial product of any kind. Notice is hereby given that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast or their clients may have an interest in any security, financial instrument, or financial product mentioned or referenced. Any simulated or hypothetical performance result depicted does not represent actual trading and therefore may under or overcompensate for the impact of various market factors such as lack of liquidity. Thank you.